Going on, guys? Today I'm going to be going over my CPC Week 10 versus a12. I am taking over here in the CPC for Will, the RNG Lord, and the San Antonio Spurs. Um, I am using the team that he had currently. I couldn't really make much changes to it that would make it any better, so I'm just sticking with what we have. So A12 brought Tapu Koko, Diggersby, Porygon Z, Dredigan, Sharpedo, Archeops, and then I brought Mega Kangaskhan, Mamoswine, Keldeo, Aromatisse, Volcarona, and Fortress. Um, Kangaskhan has Fake Out, Return, Power Up Punch, and Toxic for the Dredigan. I brought Scarf Mamoswine to outspeed his whole team, and it beats his whole team, basically, as long as I play it right. Keldeo, Subtoxic. I was expecting more of a bulky bring from him, but he didn't bring his bulky, brought more offensive, but Sub Keldeo still does really good versus him. I can set up subs on Dredigan, and if Olomomola had come, that would have been a thing to set up on sub on. But then I also have Romatisse. I have Skill Swap, Wish, Moonblast, and Protect. Skill Swap's there for stealing Diggersby's huge power, so it doesn't hit as hard to other mons on my team. Stealing Adaptability from Porygon Z, so it also, again, doesn't hit as hard as against things on my team. And just stealing Rough Skin from Druddigan, stealing Speed Boost from Sharpedo if it has it, I guess. That's not really... I'm just here to steal abilities and make things weaker and wish and be annoying and fat. And then I have Volcarona, who's a setup sweeper for this game. I don't really expect it. I don't really expect it to set up this game, but we'll see. And then I have Fortress there. It's a eject button Fortress. That was so I could switch it in and get out into Mamoswine against other things on his team. It has Reflect, Toxic, Rep Spin, and Earthquake. I didn't feel like I needed hazards. He only had like one or two things with hazards. I didn't expect Archeops to come, and it did. Fortress is just mainly there for getting rid of rocks for the team, getting Toxics off on Fat Mons that didn't come, obviously, and Earthquaking the Tapu Koko. So we're going to go ahead and get straight into the game. I go ahead and lead off with Mamoswine, where he leads off with Tapu Koko. And right here, this is already a critical point in the game. I'm Scarf Mamoswine. I have a feeling this might be Shuka, but I'm like, I know I can take a Grass Knot if he's timid. And I felt like he was going to be timid because of the fact that I have a Tornadus Therian. And if I'm running speed on Tornadus Therian, I can kill it with Sledge Wave if he's modest. So I decide, in my mind, Earthquaking here is the best play. So I go for Earthquake. He's Shuka, so he lives, like I expected, but he's modest. So at turn 1, my biggest threat to his team is down. That was a risk that I don't know if I necessarily need to take, but like I didn't really have any other good switch-ins to Tapu Koko on my team, so it was a risk I kind of had to take at this point. I didn't get lead matchup correct. If I would have led something like maybe Mega Kangaskhan or anything else, I would have been maybe able to go straight for Toxic and get Dredigan Toxic right away, but I lose Mamoswine, and this game's going to be a lot harder and really tough for me to win at this point. So I go ahead and go out into Mega Kangaskhan to threaten it out with the Fake Out, and I go straight for the Toxic, expecting Dredigan to come in because I know this thing is Rough Skin, Rocky Helmet, because I have Mega Kangaskhan. So I go straight for the Toxic, and I'm like, alright, now I'm going to go and switch out into my Aromatisse here. And then he doubles out into Archeops, and I'm just like, oh, I didn't quite understand that double. Maybe thought I was going to go Keldeo, which would have mean this was a good double. But now here he just gets his rocks up, but I'll just go for a Moonblast, get about 49% off. He goes for a Head Smash, and that does a hell of a lot of damage. I didn't expect that to do that much. Here I go for the Wish. And then he goes out into Porygon Z. Right here, I really wanted to just click Moonblast, just in case he predicted me to set up, but I really needed this thing around to be able to make sure this Porygon Z and other things on his team weren't going to be through super things. So I do go for the Protect, and he does set up an Agility. So I'm like, okay, this thing went for an Agility. I'm not super worried. I'm going to click Skill Swap here because I can... Or do I... I either click... No, I click Skill Swap here to try to steal his ability. I'm almost certain that's what happens in this next play. Yep, he goes for Sub. I click Skill Swap. And I go ahead and take Adaptability. So now, there we go. Now I have Adaptability, and here I go for a Moonblast to break the sub because I don't want him to He goes for Nasty Plot. So now, if I didn't go for skill swap, this thing straight up just probably would have swept me. Like, no doubt I would have lost like 2 mons to it, and then trying to get Kangaskhan and play around with faking out and then letting it take like 50 or 60%. So I go for Moonblast, and he goes for Tri-Attack. That still does a hell of a lot of damage to the Aromatisse. I go for Moonblast. That does a lot. That's not normal damage for an Aromatisse. It's adaptability boosted. I go for Protect here, trying to just maybe stall out some Tri-Attacks just in case it comes into effect, and then he kills me. So there's not a whole lot I could have done about that, but then I go into Mega Kangaskhan, and I have to click Fake Out here. I 100% have to, because I can't let this thing, if I don't fake this out, I lose 100% right here. So I click Fake Out. It dies. Crisis averted. If he went out to Dread again, that would have been a good play. It would have hurt a lot, but I could not go for Fake Out there. I had to make sure I didn't lose the game right there to the Porygon Z. So he goes into Diggersby here, and I go straight out into Fortress, and he goes for U-turn. And so eject button activates, so it stops him from U-turning and lets me just go out into back out into here. So now I click Fake Out, and I shouldn't have done that. That was a bad play. So now I'm going to take about a solid, because I hit him twice, so I get both Rocky Helmet and that again, so I take about 50-60%, I think, right? Yeah, something around that. So I take a ton of damage, and he goes for Dragon Tail. I'm like, okay, that's expected. I have Volcarona. He was trying to hit me onto that. So here I think I go for the Reflect. Oh, he goes for the Rest, and I'm just like, oh, man, that Toxic on King is not as good now. I should have brought Ice Punch, but I didn't want to punch it, so, like, yeah, so now he go for the Reflect, and I'm like, okay, he's probably Sleep Talk. Goes for Sleep Talk, gets the Dragon Tail. So he hits me before I can move. So I go into Keldeo. I'm like, okay, I Reflect up. This is a Dread again. And Dragon Tail can miss and doesn't break a sub. So I'm going straight for the sub here. So I get a sub up. I can start wailing on this thing with Secret Swords and start getting leftovers recovery. Hits Dragon Tail. Doesn't break my sub. And I'm like, cool. All right, so I'm going to go for the Secret Sword here. It does a nice 30%. And he's also Roar. So he brought Dragon Tail, Roar, Sleep Talk, Rest, Dread again. So I'm not able to set up on this thing at all. And that just kind of spells my defeat here, because I don't really have a good way to like whittle this thing down. So I go for the Roost here to make sure I keep Volcarona healthy, and I knew he's going to go for another Dragon Tail, so I want to make sure this thing's near full, and I was hoping for Snag a Burn maybe there. So here I go for another Reflect, because again, I don't want my things to take a whole bunch of damage from his Diggersby and his Torpedo. So sorry about moving this around. So I go for a Toxic, trying to force him to go for another Rest here, and I click Rapid Spin so I can get rid of these rocks, because these rocks are really annoying. That's the reason why he's getting so much off of just clicking Dragon Tail over and over again. And he can't miss, obviously. He's not able to. He's A12. You're not allowed to miss his A12, obviously. So he goes for the Sleep Talk, and he gets Dragon Tail. Every time he gets Dragon Tail. Just, it happens. So now I go into this. I click Secret Sword, click Sleep Talk, and he gets Dragon Tail, because he's not going to get any other move. So he gets me on the Volcarona, so I know I have to click Fire Blast here, because I need damage right now. And that damage puts it in ranged for a chance that I kill it with Keldeo. And if I don't kill it right here, I straight up just lose to this Druddigan right now. Like, I have no way to kill this Druddigan now, because of losing Mamo so early. And that wasn't, to me, it wasn't a misplay, because I really didn't think he brought Modest with Shuka. Like, maybe he brought Modest, maybe he brought Shuka. I didn't think he would bring both. But I didn't really think Modest would come since I have a Torn. But I go for Secret Sword, and I get the roll. So I kill the Dread again. And then he goes out into Tapu Koko, and I don't have a switch out into this, so I just sack Keldeo. Keldeo doesn't really do a whole lot the rest of the game. Mega King can still do this. Hard, not really, though. So I click Fake Out, does nice 34%, and then I sack this and die to Earthquake, and then Volcarona also dies to Earthquake. And yeah, that's the game. We lose 3-0 to a12. That turn 1 play really hurt. I don't know how the game would have went if I would have played that differently, but it wouldn't have gone, I don't think, as badly. I might have lost like 1 or 2-0 instead of 3-0, and Druddigan might not have been much of an issue. If Druddigan wasn't an issue, I feel like I could have definitely pulled this game through. But that's just how the cookie crumbles, and that's how this game ends. I apologize about that. Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot else to say about this game. I will do better next week against Aberforth. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry about the quality of my videos. They're not going to be super amazing. I have to record off my phone, but I'm able to do that. So yeah, I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.